Okay, dear brothers and sisters, I make this short video to alert you of what could be 4 recent prophecy fulfillments. This is, from my perspective, I like to see what you think about it. Some of it may not be on your radar. So the first one is, number one, is what Joel 2:31 says, that the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before that great and terrible day of the Lord come. We see it mirrored in Acts 2:20. So we had just recently this September 7 blood moon, this huge full moon, and it was interesting to see it. It actually looked almost like 2 moons at the same time, like one normal crescent moon and one full red moon, when I looked at it at least. It made me think about the 2 moon streams from that perspective also. So yeah, we had the blood moon. It comes when we have a eclipse. It's not super rare though. We have it generally maybe 2 times a year. So it's not that rare. Then let's go to prophecy that I think it's interesting, which is much more particular. It's Matthew 24:15. When ye therefore see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. We see a mirror of this also. We see in Mark 13:14, same thing. They're referencing Daniel 11:31. Now, I would warn a little bit that some have this notion that they're certain that this has to mean that they're going to sacrifice red heifers in the built third temple. You know, I warn a little bit about things like that when you make too much out of the scripture like that. I can't really read in the scripture that it must be in that particular way. Maybe in the middle of tribulation they're doing this, then maybe second rapture, then I don't know. But I mean, the risk is falling in this category which Matthew 12:39 says. An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall have no sign given it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. So I think, you know, it's quite easy to understand what is the abomination of desolation that we can be sure of. It's just if Googling away, you find from Wikipedia it's about describing the pagan sacrifices which was done, right? So much more than that, I don't know really what I'm certain about. And these type of pagan sacrifices seems to have taken place. Now this summer we had the sacrifice of the red heifer. And they say maybe that they're not qualified, but if you check it out, you know, this is from these institutes I work with this, the Temple Institute, that they made a practice sacrifice, and you know, the 1st of July, and this ritual, they say. The ceremony went perfect with a perfect priest in a place outside of the camp. And in the opinion of those I respect, we used the perfect red heifer. So this is the guy who kind of brought the cow over there, I think. You know, and here says, a US social media podcast personnel says, it was a real offering. They did it all by the laws. The red heifer people, they fooled everybody and successfully performed the ritual. So I think maybe what we saw could maybe qualify as this prophecy being fulfilled. They say in this article also that this has not happened, this type of sacrifice, for 2,000 years, you know. So it may be fulfillment, I don't know. Let's go to number 3. Then we have 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are in shall be burned up. So it comes again later in this chapter that elements shall melt with fervent heat. Now, what's really interesting is that we have this missile Oreshnik from Russia. It's a novel technology, kind of game changer. It's an unstoppable hypersonic missile. It was not known until November 21 when it was tested. It looks like raining fire. The thing is that when you drop a nuclear bomb, you cannot say that the elements will melt with fervent heat, because the temperature is so high from a nuclear bomb that the elements will evaporate, right? But the temperatures that you have from a Oreshnik missile, they can be said to melt with heat. You can research this yourself. I think you'll find the same answers. Nuclear bombs vaporize with heat because it's so hot, so quick. The Oreshnik, they kind of melt elements because it's not the same type of temperatures. I think they will be more prone to use the Oreshnik because it's not a nuclear radiation fallout, and it's just a very high kinetic impact, which can have the same type of devastation as a nuclear bomb, but without the radioactive fallout. And if you listen to very seasoned experts like Scott Ritter, I heard like about a month ago that he said that first they just tested this like in the end of November, but then after the peace process fell apart, they have started to do large-scale production, so they can produce many of these missiles, and they have started to produce these missiles. So this is something that is, new from this year, this type of weapons technology. And then if you go to number 4, 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. So we have heard a lot about the peace process. I think Middle East, that's really the center of a lot of troubles. Trump now has his Gaza peace plan. Hamas seems to have responded positive to it. Trump seems to accept a response, and they saying, it's big days closer to the Middle East peace, and they saying it's, this should be the real peace deal. I don't think any sane person would imagine that we are close to peace, but it says when they say peace and safety, that's when sudden destruction cometh upon them. Right? So I think those were just my 4 cents, if you will, these 4 things that I had on my mind, back of my mind, that I want to share with you. And I hope that you all are ready for whatever comes. And I think it may come any day, any time, very soon. I don't know when, but I think these were interesting things to share. So hope that you have Luke 21:36 in the back of your mind, and that you're ready for whatever comes, and that pray that the Lord are merciful, have mercy on us. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching.